friends and family, long time no see. I'm sure I speak for all of my classmates when I say the one thing we're all most excited about is hanging out with you all a little bit more now that we'll be a little more available. It really is all of you who have made this possible for all of us. So along those lines, I would love to have my classmates stand and just turn around. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Thank you for never giving up on us through this process, for so willingly lending us your couches, your vehicles, large portions of your net personal worth, and yes, at times, even your antecubital veins. We know you must have been very sick of us a lot of the time. We know we were very sick of ourselves. Mostly I'm going to be talking to my classmates, but I hope that you can enjoy this as well. For the rest of it, most of what I say is going to be directed to them. So what it is, it's really an honor for me to be here speaking on behalf of all of us today. When I learned 2 weeks ago that I was going to have this opportunity to address you all today, I recognized immediately that this was sort of a really big deal. So I decided right away to prepare for this occasion with the same type of emotion that we've all shown our work for the past 4 years, day in and day out. So at 2 o'clock this morning, I began. I sat down with a quad venti 2-pump classic non-fat cafe latte courtesy of the 24-hour Starbucks on North Avenue. Shot a 5-hour energy drink, checked out the top 10 funniest YouTube videos of all time, and then opened up Microsoft Word and got straight to work. As I sat there, my eyes twitching, my heart palpitating, I had 2 thoughts. The first, I wonder if this is paroxysmal supraventricular tachycardia that I'm experiencing right now. And the second, writing a speech is hard. I wonder if there's any way I can get out of this. It was actually the second thought that stuck with me for a while. Kind of got me thinking about other hard things that I've done in my life, which got me thinking about nursing school. And while I realize that trying to put the past 4 semesters into words can't really be done in the small amount of time that I have, I'm still going to give it my best shot. So think back all the way to the beginning. Do you remember when our lives were so full of so many exciting new firsts? First semester, first clinical, first pair of scrubs, first stethoscope, first farm exam, first failed farm exam, first onset of debilitating anxiety disorders related to impaired thought processes and disturbed sleeping patterns, as evidenced by inadvertent, uncontrollable public displays of tears. In class, we were told to manage our stress by making sure to take care of ourselves. Sleep 8 hours a night, exercise regularly, eat healthy meals. To reinforce this teaching, we were promptly assigned roughly 36 hours worth of reading about it, due in less than 24 hours from the time that it was assigned. But you know, stress wasn't all bad. In many ways, it brought us very close together. Forced us to coalesce and to mobilize around one common goal, achieving Maslow's most basic fundamental level of physiological survival. In no time at all, we began to grow close. And, as I recall, in the case of health assessment, really, really close. Uncomfortably close. There was Pharm, there was Patho, there was MedSurg, the ultimate triple threat to your health and well-being. This is where we discovered that one of the tricks to learning an impossible amount of impossibly complicated things is to simply break it down into easy-to-remember catchphrase in mnemonics. Having trouble remembering the signs and symptoms of hyperkalemia? No worries, just think murder. Muscle weakness, urinary output absent, respiratory distress, decreased cardiac contractility, ECG changes, and reflexes hyper or flaccid. I remember sometimes for fun, during all of my spare time, I would try weaving together a couple of these mnemonics in catchphrases, totally unrelated, just to see what kind of storylines I could come up with. For example, it was clear before it became cloudy, but then the sky over the grass became cool. To warm herself, the pink puffer raced to build a fire. She asked the ape to man the fire, but he got distracted by what appeared to be a blue bloater, hopping by, cold and clammy, in need of some candy. And of course, finally, the epitome of first semester firsts, the first clinical experience. Who among us will ever forget waking up at 4:30 in the morning to snowshoe across the frozen Chicagoland tundra to our clinical sites in our paper-thin white scrub pants, for the awkwardness of giving our first ever bedside. Yes, it was a difficult semester, but we survived. And just like that, it was on to OB, where among other things, Dr. Andrea taught us that the answer to any question in life is breast milk. It is the best, primary, and exclusive source of nutrition for a newborn. Breast milk. What can leap tall buildings in a single bound? Breast milk. What can wash away my sins? Nothing but the breast milk. By the third semester, we had all completely lost track of life outside of class, clinical class, repeats. Each and every one of us were suffering from chronic self-care deficits. Friends no longer greeted us, "Hey, how's it going?" Instead it was, "Hey, are you okay?" We quickly realized during our psych rotation that the only difference between ourselves and our patients was that our patients were properly medicated. Yet somehow, against all odds, our final semester finally arrived, and with it, opportunities to synthesize, manage, and lead. We busily crafted our resumes and portfolios under the watchful eye of Professor Kotowski, thinking happily to ourselves, man, aren't we lucky to be outletting into such a booming economy, such a wide-open job market. And then came community health, nursing school's way of saying, ha ha, suckers, you thought you were going to coast to the finish line. But I can honestly say, as challenging as it was, community assessment and program planning, all 76 pages of it, has forever changed the way I view my world and the people around me. For example, when I look at you all sitting here in front of me today, the North Park University School of Nursing December 2011 class, I no longer see just you, my classmates, Sue Ellen, Heinrich, Emily, so on, but rather I see an aggregate in which those living below the federal poverty level comprise the majority at 75%, and the rate of those living at or below the extreme poverty level has increased by 50% in the past 4 years. Open bracket, American Community Survey, comma, 2007 to 2007. Close bracket, end sentence. Yes, we've been through a lot together, but on a more serious note, I can honestly say that it's been a pleasure to suffer alongside all of you. Within this small little group, we've all found all the right friends at all the right times to get us through smiling and cheering one another on. So without further ado, congratulations, North Park University School of Nursing, December class of 2011. We're done, we're alive, and in just a few minutes, Jeff Park's gonna come up and tell us how we're gonna change the world.